Alright, so with this video tutorial itself, we'll cover how to create a custom audience. But before you go into wanting to create your own custom audience, right? It is important to note that one is that you would actually need to upload your customer list within Peasy itself. So you have to ensure that your context itself is fully populated with the required fields. So over here you can see that the default field that is actually required on Peasy is just name, email, phone, and also the qualification of the customer itself, right? But you can also add on price. Let's say for example in this case, right, there are the fields that you can add on, but because this example brand profile is, say for like a boutique, right? So then I've included things like the price of the item, the color of the item, and also what exactly is the item, and the item here can be a shirt, dress, whatever it is, however you decide to configure your customer list. So all this you need to ensure, right, before you go into creating your own customized or your own specific configuration of a custom audience. Because one thing is, yes, Peasy does create a custom audience automatically, but this would usually be based on the qualification itself, and it's usually based on either all leads, unless of course the AI itself has found other patterns within your customer list that it deems as highly relevant in terms of doing accurate targeting in the future. So in order to first go into creating your own custom audience, right, you would need to head on over to the dashboard, click on custom audience. So over here you can see that Peasy has already automatically created a number of custom audiences, right? But if you would like to create your own, click on create custom audience here. The next thing you will need to do is name your custom audience. Now, why exactly would you go into creating your very own custom audience? Now, for example, right, one of our users, which is manufactures and sells products within the automotive line, right? They have various ranges of products which fits a certain vehicular brand or make, right? So their customer list comprises of owners of, let's say, owners who owns BMWs, owners who owns Produers, and say they have a product that is specifically for BMW owners, right? Therefore, they would like to create a custom audience and also a lookalike based on all those, right, who owns BMWs. Now, for example, in this case itself, I would like to target those who buys a green color shirt, dress, whatever. I just want to create a custom audience that is just based on the color, right? So the first thing I would do is click on add fact, and because the color is a characteristic that is defined as a string, therefore I select a string. Now a string is a collection of characters that goes into either a statement or a word, right? So because the field that I configured my customer list as, for color, is called color, right? Therefore, my fact ID here is color. The fact label here is dependent on you itself. The only thing that you need to ensure is that this is exactly the same as the field that you would like to configure your custom audience on. So for example, if it's product and you uploaded the list with the column called product, then you call this fact ID product. Now, fact label here is however you want this to be identified as, right? So because it's just something so simple as color, I'll just call it color, right? Then I'll click save. So now I can select or rather I can create a custom audience based on color. So let's say I would like to target all those with a green, you know, who has purchased an item which is green in color, right? Now I would then click on get estimate, and I see here, okay, there are two contacts here, right? Of course, now this will actually show two contacts because again, you know, this is an example brand profile. So there is only very few customers that has been uploaded within this brand profile itself. But here it says two contacts, right? Once you are satisfied with the numbers here, and basis on our personal recommendation here is that you want to target anything more than 100 for this to actually be fruitful and effective. The more, the better. So once you are satisfied, all you have to do is just click on create, and it will create the custom audience itself. In order to check whether the custom audience itself has been created, you can click on custom audience and it will be displayed here. Now for if like just like in this case itself, right, the custom audience is not displayed here, don't worry, give Peasy roughly about 24 hours because the generation of the custom audience is dependent, can also be dependent on the complexity of the configuration of your custom audience and also the amount within your custom audience. So yeah, that's how you go into creating your very own custom audience.